Well, here's my next project. This is the closet that I made for my Tack, and also you can see it's a catch-all for all kinds of junk. Bins are underneath for the horse blankets, but I didn't make it quite big enough. I can't put the saddle pads straight out like I want to be able to. Plus, I now have 4 saddles instead of 3. So I figured since I've got to make it a little bit wider, I might as well make it longer. Another problem that I have when I made it, you can see there's all mouse droppings in here. And I don't really want mice in here, so I will be working on getting this all done. If it's not done today, it should be done by tomorrow. Don't ask me why, but I had all that stuff in a cardboard box. It should have been in here. So as a result, it now all smells like mouse pee. And I found a dead mouse in the box, and the box is of course no good. This helmet is a spare I had. I don't know if it's any good now or not. But I have everything off the top, and the top is covered with mouse poop. I'm not overly fond of mice. That's why I feed the cats. They just don't always catch them. Well, everything is out. You can see all the mice poop in there, and there's a puppy dog in there. I put down the board over there when I realized that they were mice getting in, and they chewed it. So I'll be using 2x3s and making this differently, and hopefully I won't have the mice anymore. There's everything that was in there and on it. Doesn't seem to be any damage to the saddles, though they do smell like mouse poop. And on the one saddle pad there has been a hole chewed, so not too happy about that, but it is what it is. Well, it's getting there. Fun part is going to be taking the rest of it apart. I know I just screwed the back onto the back wall. I just don't recall exactly how I did the rest of it. I know the floor was done from the bottom, so that's going to be fun, and this is all going to have to go up a couple of inches. Well, now I just have to take the bottom off, move that up a little bit, and cut a piece to fit over in there. And then I can start on the rest of it. One problem I have been having is this is not the battery I normally use on this drill. I have batteries that last a lot longer. I also use them for my battery-operated chainsaw, which is at home, along with the batteries. So I've changed batteries twice because I have 2 of these batteries to get this much done. I've just put on this one, so once it runs out, that'll be 3 times. And I would not have been changing batteries if I had the other one. 1 down, 1 to go, and of course I had all the mouse droppings falling down on me. I used my mounting block to keep it up to a point so it wasn't completely falling on me. One problem that I have is the tack shed, well, the whole running was not put on exactly level ground, and this is all pushed up because of that. Otherwise I would have put legs on the thing. It would have made it a lot easier. But since the floor is not level, I figured it's easier for me to just attach it to the back wall. And I'm ready to start rebuilding. I just hope when I go to cut wood that the batteries will last long enough. And they don't seem to last that long with the screws, so we'll see. When I lift it up, the thing I had to remember is that there's board there, board there. That is what I will be screwing into. So it'll be a matter of marking it so that I can follow the line and making sure that I stay level. Batteries have died. But since I'm just still taking out screws, I can take them out by hand, and then hopefully I will be able to get started on cutting. But I'm not going to sit here and make a video of me taking out screws. That would be boring. Well, I have a battery charge, so I'm back in business. I measured to where I need to have my screws in. Use a chalk line to put a line up top and down bottom. And now I'm going to start screwing it on. I will be using a level, which I'll be putting on the top to make sure that I'm staying level when I screw it on. I would take a picture of that, but unfortunately I left my tripod at home. I got one screw in, and I put the level up on top, and that looks to be level the way it is. Might be able to come up just a hair, and then I can get started and get this piece all screwed in. So that piece is screwed on. So I'm now going to get the next piece on, then I'm going to cut a piece to fit here and go from there. Well, I'm on the second board. I could have really used some help getting that level. It was more of a two-person job than a one-person job. But unfortunately, Callie hasn't learned how to help that sort of way yet. So I'm going to move the level over now to make sure it's pretty much level the whole way over, and then get that up, and then I got that board there to do. Batteries just do not last very long at all when I'm cutting. Had the other battery on, started cutting, got a little ways, died, put the other battery in, and that's as far as I've gotten. So I don't know what all I'm going to be able to get finished today. Well, the back is done. So now I'm ready to begin doing the rest of it. Okay, I'm at the point now where I'm not sure quite how I'm going to do this. These are frames that I made the other day. This is for the top and the bottom, so that I can attach the plywood. These are for the sides. Of course, with the way it's made, I have to have the frame done and the sides attached, and then get it into place and screw it in. So I don't know if I'm going to have to wait until my husband gets done work or what in order to be able to do all of that. I'm going to try to get the corner post in. I hope I've got them the right size. If I can get them on, get the top attached, I'm going to have to toenail it in, and then I'll be able to get the sides on, and it would just be a matter of I might have to wait for my husband, because I don't know that I could pick it up and get it in place. And once that's screwed in, at least in a couple of places, I'm good to go to finish it. Well, I had no luck toenailing the pieces in on the side. I'm not very good at that. So what I just did was I screwed them in place from the outside and then put the top piece on, and it seems to be fairly stable. Now the fun part, like I said, is going to be getting it where it belongs. I was hoping to have my husband help me on his way home from work. Well, he called and he's working over. So now I get the fun part of seeing if I can do this by myself. Hubby is working overtime, so he can't come and help me. I've got someone that's going to come and help me get this in where it belongs. I couldn't really move it that easily by myself. I've got the one end up on the cart, and by doing that and picking up the other end, I am able to maneuver it. I just know I won't be able to get it in and hold it up and get it all screwed in. Okay, getting that into position was not easy. Even though I've got a little bit of room on this side, just maneuvering it in place because of the size of it, it did not work the way I was expecting it to. We tried turning it on its side. We tried all kinds of things. Finally, and the person that helped me had this idea, we took off the bottom piece. With the bottom piece off, we were then able to get it in position and I was able to get that bottom piece back on and now have it screwed in place. Only problem being my drill has died again, so I can't finish screwing it in. This wall seems to be warped or something, as you can see it's not tight up against the back, so I'm hoping when I drill it that'll help it. And then of course I'll be drilling at the bottom, drilling on that side. That side I don't know if I can drill or not because it's a little bit farther away. But maybe if I use longer screws I could maybe get in there. So yeah, and then with that done it shouldn't move from where it is. Oh, it's been screwed in down at the bottom. I don't know if I'm going to put any at the sides or not. It's screwed in at the top here, and for the most part it pulled that gap in close. It will be being covered by the top of this, so hopefully that shouldn't be a problem so far as mice go, because they won't be able to get in there. It would be completely sealed, and pretty happy with the way this is looking. Well, I figured it would be easier to get the saddle racks in before putting the floor or the top on, so they are in. Next I am going to go ahead and do the floor, and then I'll do the roof. And I don't know that I'm going to put a front on it today because I need more hinges. We'll see. Well, I have the floor on, and I'm just throwing a couple of pieces on for the top. They'll have to be cut and put on tomorrow, but it's getting late. I need to stop for the day and I can finish tomorrow. I can at least get my saddles in here and everything that belongs in here and see how it looks. And then tomorrow I'm hoping to go riding in the morning, but then in the afternoon I can come in and I can finish up with that and figure out what I'm going to do with the front.